Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Dan with Eggheads DFS. I've got Chris with me. What's going on, man?
Not too much, dude. Just getting ready for the Masters.
Yeah, we are going to do a quick video, I guess, just kind of discuss the plays, the tournament. It's the first major, second if you're one of those people that counts the players, but I'm not. So, the first official major, I should say. So we'll go through some pricing. I guess we'll go by tiers per se. Pick out some people we like, whether they're cash, GPP. This tournament's always interesting, just because we talked about it, but like the pricing for majors, just because the field is so limited, but it's stacked, right? So it's invitation only, or past wins. So it's the cheapest guy, is min salary, but it's someone who's like Larry Mize, like 80 years old, that won here like in the 70s, right, or 60s. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you use any of these people in the lower tier per se, but maybe like a Fred Couples 6.2 on DraftKings, you could throw something at. But yeah, we'll go through this. I think we should probably just start it on DraftKings specifically, like 6'5", 6'6". You've got like Kevin Na, Jimmy Walker, Emiliano Grillo, Aaron Wise. I mean, any interest in any of those guys?
Yeah, I've got interest in Jimmy Walker for sure. High ball hitter. Since 2016, he's been one of the best with stroke gain putting at this tournament. It hasn't really gone to him to win a tournament, but the price is really right. He's playing a lot better.
Yeah.
And, high ball hitters tend to do really well here. It's going to be soft conditions.
Yeah.
So, for his price, he's someone I'm looking at. Probably not cash games, but certainly GPPs for sure.
Yeah, I think you could use him in cash if you got everybody you wanted and you had 6.6 left and he fit.
Yeah.
I know I believe if you're a course history guy, I could be wrong here, but I believe he's 6 out of 6 on cuts at the Masters.
I don't have that off.
I don't think I made that up. I think that's an actual factual statement.
No, that makes some sense. The course, he's a fader of the golf ball, which traditionally doesn't do as well at the Masters.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of interested about. Yeah, because we were talking about you got to shape it both ways a lot, right? And you were saying, he fades predominantly, but he can.
Yeah, and
draw it
he's hit at 300 plus yards in the air. So
yeah, it's great.
That kind of plays anywhere, any golf course in America. So I like him. I'll have him in GPPs for sure. He's probably not making any of my cash builds right now, but he'll certainly be in there for GPPs for me.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, he was tied 20th last year, tied 18th in 17, tied 29th in 16, tied 38th 2015, and 8th in 2014. So yeah, 6 out of 6.
Yeah, for that price tag, that consistency, the Masters is one of those tournaments. Like the more you play it, the better you get. We don't see a lot of success at a guys playing it the first or second time. Generally, minus like Jordan Spieth and those kind of guys.
Yeah.
But the rear one-of-the-mill players, you don't see a lot of success. So the course history is something you got to love too. So
yeah, and he didn't play the match play, I don't believe, but the last 3 events before this, he didn't blow the doors off or anything, but he made the cut in all 3. So at least he's he had a blow up round at the Arnold Palmer 81. That's not ideal. But yeah, we won't spend too much more time on Jimmy Walker, but I think he's a good GPP play. I would probably, in that range, even if you go up to like 6-7 with Lowry and Stanley and those guys, they're probably viable GPP guys, but I would feel better about Jimmy Walker than all.
Yeah, for sure. No, that group.
My boy is 6.6 as well, Emiliano Grillo. I've seen him on some websites as like a cheap play that you could throw in a GPP. I joke about it a lot because I really like him, but he burns me more than he helps me most of the times. I can't remember what tournament it was. It might have been like the Puerto Rico one last year, where he was like the most expensive player on the entire play, and I don't even think he made the cut. So that's kind of the guy he is. I like his game. I mean, he's fun to watch, but gosh, he ruins my life sometimes. So I will probably stay away from him, even though, like I said, he's my boy. But I will probably stay away.
Yeah.
If I made 20 lineups, he'd probably make one of them.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
And then 6.8K on DraftKings, where it gets 6.8, 6.9, I would say, is where it gets kind of interesting. So you've got JB Holmes, Charlie Hoffman, Keimer, Mitchell, Zach Johnson, Willett, Noren. I mean, those are some pretty damn good golfers to be 6'8", 6'9", which is just crazy.
Yeah, the one guy that kind of sticks out for me right now is Kevin Kisner at that price range.
I missed Kisner at 6'7". Sorry. Yeah. Let's talk about him a little bit, because he's projected to be pretty decently owned
Yeah, I mean, he's a good play. He's been playing really well. Hit a good run, at the match play tournament, and he's one of those guys that his putter seems to kind of come and go. But if it's on, I mean, for 6'7", a dude who can make a ton of birdies. Yeah, like he's one of those guys that's not afraid either. Like, that gets in the moment, kind of gets scared, or kind of lays back. He's kind of aggressive. He's kind of got that like aggressive attitude, aggressive nature about him, and that kind of fits well, I think, for the Masters. And these greens are so pure, right? Like, I think people always say, like, oh, you got to putt well at the Masters. You got to putt well at any PGA Tour event to win. Just to let you know, you're playing against 150 of the best players, normally in the world. But these greens are like the most pure greens, like, in the world. So for me, it's not as much as putting as it is like short game and scoring in the par 5. So for me, I like him at 6'7".
Yeah, I think him and Hoffman are the two guys 6'7", 6'8" that are getting like cash. I guess he would be your cheap guy for cash, right? So probably around like anywhere from probably around like 15 to 30%. I think Hoffman might come in maybe over that, just because every freaking year at the Masters, this guy's either leading on Saturday, going into Saturday, or shoots like 5 under on Thursday, and then does what Charlie Hoffman does and just disappears on the leaderboard like Saturday, Sunday. But for 6'8", I mean, if you tell me a guy can make the cut, and you look at the performance of him making the cut here, I mean, it's flawless. And then he's also making a lot of birdies when he does that. He's not like he's skipping by and making the cut at the Masters. So I get it. The one thing I want to say about Kisner real quick, I mean, he's a South Carolina boy, but he's a Georgia boy. He went to Georgia. He's also, I believe when I was looking, he's got like a 28th, a 40th, and a 30th here, the 3 times he's played it. And I think he played here when he was an amateur too, and I think he did well. So he's priced, and like you said, the match play, I mean, apparently he likes that kind of style of golf. But I think the last few tournaments he's been doing really well as well. So, I mean, he was 24th at the Valspar, 22nd at the Players, 23rd at the Arnold Palmer, 27th at the WGC. I mean, he's top 25 every tournament except the first 2 of the season. And then he won. And then he won the match play, right? So for a guy that's 6'7", 6,700 on DraftKings, who hasn't been outside the top 25 in the last 7 starts and hasn't missed a cut here in 3 tries and been top 25 3 times, I don't know how you. I don't know. Well, let me ask you this: would you take Hoffman or would you take Kisner?
In cash, I'd take Hoffman.
Would you?
Yeah, just the consistency of playing here. I think he's going to be more popular too.
Yeah, I think you play the ownership game on that. I think a pivot. I think it's a great pivot to go to Kisner, and hell, I would probably make a line with both of them and throw in like a Rory and DJ or something, and try to cram both of those guys in or something. But
yeah, you could easily do that. Yeah, they're both good plays. Kisner's a great pivot. I actually don't see Kisner too much anywhere, to be honest with you. I see him in a few spots, but
I saw Roto Grinders have him at like 15% projected in tournament, and So I mean, he'll be around that, maybe 20, maybe.
Yeah.
He's gone up as the week has gone on. I know that. Yeah. Anybody else in here? I mean, I'm fine with JB Holmes in tournaments just because he hits the ball a mile, and like you said, the guys that hit it high. I worry about him when it comes to this weather situation. If that does happen, I really worry about him.
Yeah.
But I mean, is he 6'8" too? I think 6'8", and I think he's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I probably won't have any of my lineups, but he's one of those dark horses, worth a shot kind of guy.
Yeah, I think I've got him in one at the moment.
Yeah, that's kind of where I think he is. He's kind of a Grillo, like playing with one lineup if you're making 20.
Yeah.
But yeah, I won't actually have 0 of him currently. So
yeah. What about so we've got a couple more, I guess, cash consideration plays for me in like the 7 to after you get past 7. The 7, I would say it's interesting. I'll cover this guy first, but I mean, Charles Howell's 7K on DraftKings.
Yep.
I think he's like 8 something on FanDuel, which I think he's like 8,800, 8,900, something like that. You know what's funny is I was looking on RotoGrinders, I was looking on like Fantasy National and a couple other sites, and they have a like a cut probability for players, and Howell has like the 6th highest cut probability, and he's 7K.
Yeah, that's good for
GPP, really. Which is I mean, in cash games, all you want is to have your player make the weekend, right? I mean,
correct me if I'm wrong.
Did I lose you?
I thought he was from down there.
Who, Howell?
Yeah. I know he doesn't live there now, but
he might be. I honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, so he was I got that right. He was born in Augusta, Georgia.
Okay, I was going to say, he sounds Southern as hell. I don't know.
He was born there, so I'm sure he's one of those guys that was lucky enough to play the course prior to the Masters.
Yeah, but he's he's an Okie State guy, right?
Yeah.
For college. Yeah.
So, I mean, there's lots of kind of a home game, for him. So, yeah. I don't mind him in cash. I don't mind him in cash or GPPs, to be honest. He's not my favorite guy. I feel like he's not gonna win the tournament.
No, I don't think so either.
But for $7,000, a guy with that high probability making the cut, it kind of makes sense to play him in cash.
Yeah, I would say he'll make the cut. He might finish top 30.
Yeah,
I don't see him in the top 10, but I could see him in the if he was like tied 18th at the end of Sunday, like, I wouldn't surprise me.
No. And for 7K, hopefully.
I know. Yeah, it's crazy value. Yeah, I think I'll probably have him in my cash line on DraftKings and probably FanDuel too.
Yeah, well, good luck, guys.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Anybody else in this? I was going to say this range starts to get really weird, and I just mean that because there are a lot of good golfers in this 7-1 to like 7-8 range.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many of them are I don't know if they're going to be popular, but I mean, I think someone from this range could win the tournament.
Yeah, there's one guy I'm really interested in. If the weather is kind of going to forecast the way it's supposed to, is Brandt Snedeker. I know I talked to you about him a few times.
Yeah, a little bit.
I love this dude, man. He is like one of the best players in the PGA Tour in the wind. So then, what I don't really know is tee time for tomorrow, but it doesn't scare me.
He's a morning guy, so he's 9:14 tomorrow.
Yeah, so I mean, I love that on top of it. Good driver of the golf ball, really good putter, really good short game. He would probably make my main GPP on DraftKings if I was going to play just one, just because of the price, the consistency. I know what I'm getting when I play Brandt Snedeker normally. So, I'm kind of all about this dude. I don't think he's going to win the golf tournament, but I'd venture to say he finishes higher than Charles Howell at the end of the week.
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, I mean, $200 more. I mean, you would expect him to, but it's also $200, and
it's golf. It's not
maybe lower ownership too. So, I think the thing that's interesting, and I might do it in a couple lines, to be honest with you, is I might make a line, and I normally don't do this unless there's weather involved, but Augusta got slammed with rain for like 4 days straight.
Yeah.
I might make like a line with guys with early tee times tomorrow. That course has got to be so soft. And like it's been 80, I think it was 80 today. So it might have dried out a little bit, and well,
they probably the best drainage in the entire world.
Well, there's that, and they're also just going to try to make it impossible. I mean, that's what they do. But it's not the USGA, right? They don't control this, so I kind of like that, because if this was the USGA, man, they'd have fans out there blowing it dry, and then they'd cut it smaller. And I don't.
Yeah, no, they don't mind. They don't mind scoring. They don't mind guys going out there and make birdies in the par 5 and stuff like that.
Yeah,
they're not like you said. They're not the USGA. So
I might throw out a like. There's some guys in the early starts, that I really might try to go after. I think the earliest is like 8 something. I might make a line with like Snedeker, who's early, like Howell, who's early, and then throw in someone expensive like Matsuyama or like I don't know, someone like that. But and I don't think it's a big thing. I might do it in like one line. I normally don't do that, but
you had mentioned like 7-8 was your cutoff, so that kind of leaves off one guy that will be chalk. But
I meant 7. Let's go to 7. All right. So 7-1 to 7-6 is just a weird grouping, because there's guys in there that I'll have in lineups because they're good golfers, and I think they set up well for this. Like, I know you like Poulter. Woodland, I see, is getting some traction places. RCB is always really good at these kind of big events. Like Webb Simpson won the Players last year. He's a good player. He's from, he went to like Wake Forest, so he's not far from here. So I mean, like Cameron Smith has been really good this year. Like Eddie Pepperell. Eddie Pepperell is like the Twitter goat. So, I mean,
Well, the 2 guys that stick out for me, if you want to talk about, I mean, are Sergio Garcia and Ian Poulter. I mean, if you want to talk about Sergio, you can. But Ian Poulter's, 7,600. He's going to hit a ton of greens here. That's kind of what he does. He's not a bomber. That's not what he does. But his short game is really good. And he's a really good putter around the greens. He's been playing very well.
He has.
I believe 4 top 10s in a row now on the PGA Tour. So he's heating up, and in golf, that's kind of what we like. Recency bias is huge in golf, as you know. So again, I like him for bad weather too. European guy, likes to grind it out there. So won't be in my cash lineup, but again, would definitely make if I'm making 3 GPPs, I'd for sure have Ian Poulter in one of them. That pains me to say I'm not a Poulter fan, but
I mean, it's kind of funny. I'm just kind of looking at like his Masters success. He's been close twice in the last 5 years, maybe. I know in like 2012, 2011, he got like 5th or 6th or something like that. But I mean, the last 5 years, he's been like right there. Sergio, man, I don't know. I did some recent range at 7.7 for cash. I think he's a decent cash play. I'll be honest with you, though. If he doesn't make the cut and he blows up and like ruins my line, I wouldn't be surprised. Because I'm pretty sure, I'm not going to look at this. I'm not pretty sure. I'm 100% positive. I had him in cash last year and he ruined my line. I believe he shot 81 in the first round because he had like a 12. Was it 12? Do you remember that on that hole? It might have been a 12.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. He started that round, man. He was like +9 the first day and just was dead. Yeah. Like you can't do that like at the Masters. I want to say it was a 12. I don't know what it was, but it was.
I kept working it like right from the drop zone. He hit a wedge, spin it off the green, hit a wedge.
All right, so I had to Google it. It was a 13.
Okay.
Now I want to point that out. A 13 is a octuple. I'm sorry, octuple. I can't even pronounce it. I've never seen it before. An octuple bogey.
See?
on 15.
So next time AP and Charney play golf, they can say I got an octuple on that hole. So
on every hole. No, so yeah, so I like him. He might make my cash line if I can get by him and just. I mean, Kuchar's probably. We can talk about him at 7-9. Kuchar's probably the lock of the week.
Just play, yeah. Just he'll be the chalk. Probably what?
This is stupid pricing by DraftKings. I don't.
Yeah. He's a guy you can play in cash. You can play him in GPPs.
I'd play him there. I'd play him in everything.
Yeah, he's that good. If he's that good, he's he's on form. He's underpriced. I mean, kind of makes no sense not to play him here.
Yep, I've seen him. I've seen him on every site. I expect him to maybe. I'll probably go out and say he's going to be the highest owned player in cash games.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that. So
yeah, I think you just play him. If you want to get different, don't. And maybe if it's like Leishman, who I like at this tournament every year. So Leishman's 7-8. So if you have a GPP and you have 7-9 left, maybe throw in Leishman and get him at 10%, and Kuchar will be 40 or something, 30.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about Patrick Reed. I can't stand that guy. Congratulations last year. It's not going to happen this year. Sorry.
No, I got no interest in.
I'm not playing. The 8-1, 8-2 Oosthuizen Finau. I like Oosthuizen for GPPs. He always does well here. Yeah. Another weather guy. He can play ugly. He hits a lot of hybrids in the woods. I think he still plays hybrids. I can't remember. But he hits a lot of woods. So I mean, that shapes up well for and all these greens are elevated. When he had that double eagle, it was like watching my mom play golf because she lands it like 30 yards short, and it just runs up the green and just goes with the slope and goes in. It's like,
I mean, horses for courses, right? That's kind of what it is. And since the golf doesn't really, you're always playing the same course, every single year with, minimal adjustments. You always go back to guys like Louis Oosthuizen. Always plays well here. Makes a lot of sense. Really good putter. Really good short game. Isn't a bomber of the golf ball. For me, not a cash game play right now. But he's really good. I think you could. I mean, you really could actually. You could. I won't put on my line, but you could. And but he's good GPP play. So yeah, I like him for sure.
Yeah, I think he might get some decent ownership. I don't know how much it's going to be, but I would say maybe in the 10 to teens, maybe. Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. No, that's a pretty fair guess.
Yeah, and then Finau at 8-2. You are not the biggest Tony Finau fan ever.
That's true.
I don't know what your beef is with him, but I'm gonna probably play him in cash. I'll be honest with you. I like his price point. He does well here. I don't want to go as far to say.
Yeah, he
can win this, but I think eventually one day Tony Finau will win the Masters. I don't know when.
You just said that out loud. Well, he won. How many PGA Tour wins does Tony Finau have?
I don't even know why you asked me this because it's just a slap in my face and I refuse to answer it. So I'm not going to answer your question. So
I didn't think you would.
I won't because it's a trap. Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm not playing Finau at 8-2 to win the tournament. So
I know you're not. It's a good play. I mean, if it's wet out there, half the field's not going to be able to get these par 5s and 2. He's on the other side of it where he will. He's a bomber. So you like that opportunity of eagle upside when maybe half the field, like the Zach Johnsons and the Oosthuizens and the Polders of the world kind of lose that ability to. He's underpriced. He is. If he gets a hot putter, I mean, he could really, play well here. I don't know if he's consistent enough to do this for 4 days on a golf course like this that demands so much. But for cash,
he was 10th last year. I think it was the first time he played it.
Oh, see, so I'm totally wrong. Play Tony Finau and enjoy your money. So
I'll play him.
I'll play him too. I can make fun of you all day tomorrow. So
yeah, that's fine. What about the I mean, Mickelson, Scott, 8-3, 8-4. Those guys are fine. I mean, obviously they've won here. I'm fine with them. Shoffley, 8-5 is interesting. I'll probably have him in a GPP.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Molinari, I think I told you this morning. I think he's going to win.
You did. You did.
So, I haven't bet on that yet, but I might. I don't know what the odds are, but I mean, this guy, I don't know. He's really freaking good. He's 8-6. I have no idea why he's 8-6. I don't know. Like, it's weird to me, but I don't think he's priced right. I think he's perfect for GPPs. I think if you're making like a 3 max GPP, I think he's perfect, like that 8-6 range. Like, if I made a main GPP, he'd probably be in it, which I will. Like a single entry, he will probably be in it.
Yeah. No, he's a good play. I kind of see him, some of the sharp people in golf kind of like him. So, yeah, I've got no problem with that. I like the price. He's a good play. I like it.
Yeah, I like the price. I mean, I don't – yeah. And then we got your cash boy right above him, Matsuyama.
Yeah, man, this is a dude I think he's got a really good chance to win this golf tournament. He is a bomber, so I think that typically fits well for Augusta. I mean, he's missed up, I think, one time in 7 tournaments, so that bodes well for him too. So if you can get the putter going, I like the odds here. I just think he's safe. I think he's a safe play in 8,700.
Yeah.
Safe play to make the cut, safe play to make birdies. We've played him once this year. I remember he was like, 3 over through 9, and we thought the world was doing that, and all of a sudden, didn't he finish like even or whatever, turned it around? I think he actually got like 4 or 5 over at a point and then ended up shooting even. So,
I think it was the Honda maybe or something, or maybe it was the Arnold Palmer. I can't remember. It was one of those though.
Yeah, and we did cash that day or that week.
He's I mean, since 2015, I mean, 5th, 7th, 11th, 9th. Like I just play him in cash. I don't him and Kuchar are kind of like how I started my cash lines, to be honest.
Yeah, I like it. And if I was a betting man, I would have a little bit of money on Hideki, and the guy who was priced at 8,900 was the guy that I thought was going to win this golf tournament outright, but I don't like his tee time.
Oh.
Do you know who that is?
Jordan Spieth.
Yes, Jordan Spieth. I have watched a lot of Golf Channel the last day and a half because the weather here has been so crappy. And the one thing I've noticed with Jordan Spieth is every single shot he hits, his coach is over his shoulder. I generally am not a huge fan of that. When I was playing competitively, the one thing you always notice was guys that have their golf coach with them, 24 hours before your tee time, still working on stuff, usually means you are not on form. But he's getting there. He's been playing a lot better lately. So who am I to say? I think he's safe to play. I like him in GPPs for sure. I won't use him in cash anymore just because I don't love the tee time. But this dude's course history is just unreal. Like, you can't question his course history. You can't. I mean, he's not a bomber. The course will be wet. I don't think it really matters. This dude's short game is unreal. But like I said, it does worry me watching him with his coach hitting little chip shots. Him watching every single shot he hits over and over and over again.
Yeah, I agree with all that. Yeah.
Sorry, that was
no, you're fine. Yeah, no, he's hard to evaluate, man. He takes a while because we know how good he is, right? It's just no, he's lost something along the way. He might be starting to find it again. I'm not going to bet on it in cash, but I don't know what he was the other day or last weekend or week before that, but I have a feeling we won't see Jordan Spieth below 9K probably again.
Yeah, that's a great point. Especially this dude's below 9K. Probably besides Tiger Woods, right, in this field, has the best course history, like, which is crazy. So, yeah, I don't know.
Kind of weird.
Yeah. That play.
Yeah. You got Casey. All right, so I'm going to lump these two together because they're kind of – I'm either building with them or I'm choosing one of them at the moment. So Casey and Fleetwood. So Casey's 9.
Yeah.
Casey's 9. Fleetwood's 9-2. I think they're both going to be decently owned in cash. I really like Paul Casey. He tees off, I believe, with Spieth. And Koepka, I think, is in that group. So I don't like the afternoon starts, but
not nearly as much. But
here's the thing. I know there's a rule. I don't know if I created it. My brother and I talk about it all the time. I play Paul Casey in DFS when there's a major. I don't.
Well, yeah, no, you definitely created that. But it's a good rule to have.
Right.
I mean, there's a reason why you have that rule. Got good course history here.
I would say, it's weird, man. It's everywhere. I mean, it's like, I remember like 2-3 years ago, I don't think this guy was like maybe top 200 in the world. And then the majors come around and he's like top 10 in every single one. It's I don't know. There's something about it. He's talked about it before. He likes the big events. And he's also oddly enough having the best season of his entire career. So I don't know if this is going to be the one, where it's like he's playing really well, but he doesn't make the cut. Like, it's like, how does that make sense? But because he has done well in majors when he's like not even on the radar or kind of like a dark horse. So now that he's in the forefront, I mean, he's $9K, so he's not too crazy expensive, but he's definitely got eyes on him now. He's won twice this year.
I know.
Okay, so he's got 1 first, 1 second, 1 third, 4 top 10s, 9 top 25 in 11 events.
No, that's ridiculous. And on DraftKings, he'll be chalk on DraftKings.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Well, you can overlook him. It makes a ton of sense. Especially the pricing so soft. Not to play Paul Casey. Dude, I mean, what do you think? 40% owned? I mean, I'm not.
I think he'll be lower. I'll say. I think he's 25, 30, maybe.
Well,
I think it's going to be interesting because I think him and Fleetwood are either going to be in a lot of people's lines together or it's going to be one or the other. So, and I think Matsuyama and Kuchar are going to be kind of chalky. So Matsuyama 8-7, Kuchar 7-9. I mean, I don't know if you can go Fleetwood, Casey. You can't get a McIlroy or a DJ if you do that. I mean, my initial build, I think I had both of them and Matsuyama, Kuchar, but
yeah, your lineup was pretty safe. And
it was kind of boring.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good play though.
What's your thoughts on anyone from there to 10K? So it's kind of a weird group, but you got really good players. Obviously, you got Ricky, Brooks, Bryson, Jason Day's right below Fleetwood at 9-1, and then you got Rahm at 10, and then after that it goes to Thomas, Woods, Rose, DJ, McIlroy. But what's your thoughts on anybody in the? We'll include Rahm, so 10K to 93. So Rahm, Fowler, Koepka, Bryson, Day, I guess.
Yeah, I mean they're all. GPP plays. I mean, you never know what you're going to get out of Jason Day if he's going to play the tournament, withdraw from injury or something like that. Yeah. I think he'll be extremely overlooked for how good he is of a golfer.
I would agree.
So I like him for GPPs. I actually like him a lot for GPPs, but again, you got to really know that he's going to actually play 4 rounds of golf. I don't know how healthy he actually is. I feel like guys like this are never 100% healthy. Like I just don't think you ever get 100% healthy again. So that always kind of worries me. But no, I like him. I don't know your thoughts on him. Same thing. I mean,
I don't have a lot of thoughts on him. He'll make a line. I mean, just because I'll probably have a line that ends up with 9-1, 9-2 left, and I don't want to end up with a lot of Fleetwood and Casey, so I'll play him. But I will tell you, I did, some reading. I did some research. It's what we do. But I think his ownership is going up, and I think it's because people are like, oh shit, this guy does well here. We just haven't talked about it in a while. Is Ricky Fowler?
Yeah, and he's under kind of. I mean,
he's 9-7.
Yeah.
He's missed the cut here once, and I think it was because he had kind of similar to Sergio where he had like an 80-something round like 3 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, if I read this right, 2nd, 11th, and 12th in a missed cut in there. So, I mean, again.
Yeah.
It's
he's got
yeah, it's pretty good course history.
Yeah, he's got a 38th, a 5th, a 12th, a 11th, a 2nd, and then an MC. Yeah,
another dude, right? That isn't afraid of the moment. We see that with the Olympics, with the players.
Yeah.
So that's huge. And by the way, Ricky Fowler, golfers know this, like serious golfers. But he actually was voted the best putting stroke on the PGA Tour by his peers. This dude's putting stroke is it's unreal how good this dude is as a putter. So it's hard to fully fade Ricky Fowler. I wouldn't use him in cash again, but this dude's a great GPP play, man.
Yeah, I mean I mentioned it earlier with Molinari, but if I'm doing a single entry, right, like a pretty high dollar single entry, he's probably in there with Molinari.
Yeah,
for me.
Yeah.
But, no, I think. And then Rahm. I mean, Rahm could win this tournament. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I mean, when that guy's on, he's on another planet. I mean,
he's got all the skills in the world.
Same with JT. Same with Tiger. Tiger's Tiger. I mean, but I don't know if we ever see him get back there and win again. But I think he's a good GPP play. He could. Make the cut, have a couple good rounds and contend and then kind of fall off at the end. But he's been doing that for the last 6 months. So, so the three at the top, Rose, DJ, Rory, what are you doing with those three?
Rose, I mean, again, dude,
yeah, this dude
is
a beast, dude.
Dude, the top 10 machine in majors.
He's just a beast, man.
The dude does so well here. He did switch equipment, but I think he's kind of past that now. He the conditions, it doesn't scare me if he gets bad weather, good weather.
Mm-hmm.
He lives, I think, in the Bahamas now. So
and don't forget he switched equipment and then he won the Farmers, got 8th in the Players, and then he top 10 in the match play. But
yeah. So you not to like Justin Rose is kind of crazy. Again, for me, I can't make a cash line with him. But if you did, I mean,
he will be there come Sunday.
He will be there come Sunday. He's just that talented. The dude's just so good, man.
I
totally agree with
he's
that.
Insane, dude. He's insane.
And again, course history.
I mean, look at these tournaments, man. Or these results, man. 22nd, 5th, 30th, 20th, 11th, 8th, 25th, 14th, 2nd, 10th, 2nd, and then 12th. Geez, yeah. He's like a actually good version of Paul Casey.
Yeah, who
with my majors.
Yeah, no, he's a great play, and again, making 3 lineups. Justin Rose should probably make one of them if you're making 3 lineups. So, yeah, I like him.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I had to grab a drink of water. You want to talk about Rory and DJ and what you're going to do with? Are you going to try to play one in cash? Or are you going to try to mainly put DJ in a GPP, Rory in cash? What are you thinking? Yeah, I'm going to let you talk, and I'm going to grab a drink. So,
all right, that's the big debate. For for me is Rory and Cash, DJ and Cash. I probably won't go DJ and Cash. But again, you could. It's not a problem. I think Rory McIlroy is going to win the golf tournament. I think he's the best player on the planet right now. With confidence, that's kind of scary. But the best driver in the golf ball, hands down, at a golf course that's going to be wet. He wants to win this so bad. I mean, they all do, but this would complete the Grand Slam for him. So I'm all about Rory. He'll be in my number one FanDuel right now, GPP that I have. But when a dude this good at a golf course that's set up for him, a lot of right to left golf shots. Yeah, man. I'm all about Rory McIlroy. I don't know how you don't like Rory here. It doesn't make any sense. The dude's just playing with a ton of confidence. So par fives and Rory. Yeah, I mean,
he was saying the other day. I don't know if it was yesterday or whatever. I watched like a press conference, right? And he said he's getting like clarity and like learning from certain things that happen, right? So I think he's in a really good place with his life, but I think he's in a really good place with his game right now too.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll probably play him in cash on FanDuel, just to be honest with you.
That's a good play.
The pricing on FanDuel is just so different. You can always get on FanDuel one, sometimes even two studs from like 11 to 12K, and then you can play guys like Kuchar, Owl, like 8 something, and then just kind of round it out like that. So
yeah,
I'll probably do that. All right, so before we wrap up, who's your pick to win, and who's your guy below, I don't know, $8,000 that you think is the best value, I guess?
First, are you just rubbing your hair just to make fun of AP?
Yeah, because he's jealous.
He doesn't know what that feels like, so I would.
He's so jelly.
Yeah. So, to answer your first question, I kind of already answered when you were getting your water. I think Rory McIlroy is going to win this tournament. Not really going on a limb, but if you're looking for my dead honest answer, I think it's his golf tournament to lose. Game is just too good right now, and the best Rory McIlroy in the world is better than all these other guys, and I think Dustin Johnson. So
that's fair.
As the conditions if it gets wetter, I guess. It's only going to be better for him. So what was your question? Under 8K, you said under 8K.
Yeah. So I'll include like Kuchar and Sergio into that. So like, who I guess do you think?
I'm gonna go with my man. Even though I don't like him. I'm gonna bank on conditions not being that great. So I'm gonna go with Ian Poulter.
You were thinking Snedeker earlier, I think.
Yeah, I do like Snedeker. I know Snedeker's gonna win, but I do like Snedeker. But you're talking about actually winning the golf tournament, man. I think if Poulter gets up there going into Sunday, again, guys not afraid to win a golf tournament, I don't think, especially this one. Yeah.
What about you? That's a good pick. I don't know, man. Like my gut tells me it's going to be a European person. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the weather that's telling me that, or if it's because like.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know, an American won it, and then I don't know, it's a Euro time. I have no idea, but man, this might shock you, but I really, I really like this guy. I don't know if he's gonna win. I don't know if he's gonna break through and win, but I'm gonna say he's gonna win. I'm gonna say Leishman. And I think that's a kind of a off the wall, like crazy kind of pick. But I think he can win. Yeah. I like the Aussies. I like the Aussies at the Masters always.
Yeah, they do well there, Adam Scott.
And I think he's I don't know, man. He's been close. I know he's I think he had a top 10 once, then like a miscut, and then a miscut, but I don't know. And then he had a fourth, I think, in there when Scott won it. I don't know. It's an off the wall pick, but I'll say Leishman, and then my 1B, I guess, to that would probably be Probably be, well, he's not. He's over 8K. I would say Finau, but he's 8-2. So I can't.
I'll let you have it. But Molinari was your pick, so I'm also going to hold.
Oh yeah, of any players? Yeah. I think Molinari is going to win.
Yeah, he's a good
of any players. Yeah, I think Molinari is going. I'm probably going to put a bet on Molinari.
Oh, there you go.
And then he'll miss the cut. So, you know. But anything else you want to talk about the Masters, or we got?
Enjoy the week. I think make a couple GPP lines. This is the best tournament, in my opinion, of the year for DFS purposes. Pricing so soft, so you can make a couple lineups and feel pretty confident in it. So enjoy the golf tournament, and
it's a fair course too. I think that's key, because like these U.S. Opens and British Opens and stuff, man, they're just like, the U.S. Opens are brutal. Like, not even just for DFS, they're just awful to watch. Like, some people enjoy that, but I don't. But and then the PGA Championship moves every year, right? So the Masters is kind of constant. So it's always at Augusta. You kind of know what to expect. The weather might be interesting this year, so that might be a little bit of a
yeah.
But yeah, we'll put together some lines. We'll have the cash lines out later today. But yeah, just wanted to come on. We haven't done a video in forever, but we just wanted to come on and talk some golf.
Yeah, man, it was good to do it. Hopefully, some people can build some lines off of it, and
yeah, for sure. So, all right, man. Well, we got to get ready for baseball tonight, and
I still got hockey to do. I'm doing hockey right now as I speak to you. So,
all right, I'm glad you're focused on that. Yeah.
So,
all right, man. Well, I'll talk to you later, and yeah, good luck.
All right, man. Sounds good. Thanks.
All right, see ya.